And we are live, and this is a very special day here on the podcast because we have our first ever Survivor here on Reality Alert. I'm here with Erik Reichenbach. It's Reichenbach, right? Or Bach or
Yeah,
Bach?
yeah, close
Okay.
enough.
Close enough. From Survivor Micronesia and Survivor Caramoan, here to talk about Squid Game: The Challenge, Season 2, Episodes 5 through 8, and the author of the creator of Dabu Doodles, Erik, and his dog, Nico. Erik, how are you doing?
Yeah, Nico, he's he's really needy today. He wants to go like run or play or something, but it's kind of an indoor day. I know.
Erik, how are you and Nico doing today on this Squid Game Wednesday?
We're doing good. We're doing all right. It's a little cold, but we're good.
Yeah, if you are on audio today, Erik is holding this giant, is it a lab or a gold retriever?
Golden retriever, yeah.
Golden retriever in his arms, and it is absolutely adorable, warming my heart this Wednesday morning for me, afternoon for some of you.
Yeah.
I reached out to Erik because I saw that he was posting about Squid Game, and in your bio, you said that you would like to be on Squid Game. Is that true?
Yeah, so the first season of the challenge, I guess Figgy was on it. Figgy, another contestant from Survivor.
Of Figtails fame, yes.
Yes. And I messaged her and found the application page. And then I got confused. After I applied, I got an email from the Squid Game challenge. I was like, oh, cool. And I told Figgy, I was like, cool, I'm talking to the Squid Game people. This is great. And then like 2 days later, I figured out it was like a generic email that goes out to like literally everybody who applies. So then I was like, oh, they don't care. And then I applied for, I think the second season, and still nothing. The generic email showed up, but I wasn't as excited that time because I knew what was going on. But a lot of Survivor elements are kind of shared with Squid Game: The Challenge, like the meta game and the challenge aspect and the team dynamic kind of stuff. So it's definitely piqued my interest.
Have you applied for other reality shows since Survivor, or is this like the first one?
I applied for, what is it called? The Circle? The Circle.
Okay. Another Studio Lambert production. Yeah, I've covered that on here before.
The Circle looks awesome. I love that. And I think they've had somebody that's from Big Brother. But no survivors. There's somebody from Big Brother was on there.
Brett was on the Circle, and Antonio, who was on Squid Game but got out in red light, green light, ended up on the last season of the Circle.
Okay.
So there's like different kind of crossover that has gone on. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, those ones seem so. I'm a young dad. I have a son who's 4. And Survivor itself is kind of a long-term thing. I think it was 39 days, but it's gone down in time. But it's still a significant amount of time to be away from like your family. Whereas it sounds like the Squid Game process and the Circle process are much shorter.
Yeah.
In duration. They're like days, not like weeks.
So would you go back to Survivor if asked? Like, would it be tempting?
I would go back, but it needs to be at the right time. I don't think I would now, anytime in the current
that makes
time,
sense.
just because my son is so young and you don't get that time back.
Yeah.
It would be too much of a burden to do that.
And if you're on Squid Game, you really get to use your kid as like collateral, you know?
I wouldn't do that. I think that's kind of snaky.
I know that doesn't really happen in Survivor in such a way, you know, like you have to talk about your kids, but you don't say like, well, I have a kid, and you don't.
That comes into play on Survivor, but they don't highlight it in the way that they do on Squid Game.
Yeah.
Like you have 1,000 with Survivor, you're there so much longer. It's amazing that the people on Squid Game talk about how close they are with each other so quickly. They've only been there for like a couple days, and they're like,
I love you guys and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't love you. I don't know you. It's very interesting.
Yeah. My wife and I were watching that, and we're hearing them say that, and part of me is like, this is so stupid. They've only been there for days. And then another part of me is like remembering on Survivor how quickly you bond with the people on your tribe. And it's because it's this fishbowl thing. Like the only thing you have to pay attention to are the other people. You don't have a phone, you don't have a job, you don't have family. So you get close with people a lot quicker.
Yeah. And I think they're like, I think it's also like there's so much money and you're so like removed from everything that I do see how that like bonds you. And I think as they get closer, people start to feel like they've won the money almost. And then when they lose, it's taken away from them. Like it
Yeah.
seems like that's the feeling. It's like, you're taking the money away from me. And I'm like, I feel like the poker player is the one that is feeling like the money isn't his already.
Right.
But
Right.
he's starting. The problem with him is that he doesn't realize that he's not playing with other poker players.
Right. Right. He's playing a very good strategic game, but his social game is kind of broken.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is, oh my God, my dogs are fighting to the death outside. I'll leave them for now. One will come back. I don't know if your fan base is familiar with Russell Hantz of Survivor.
Probably decently.
Okay, but just a cutthroat character, very heavy on strategy, and like he doesn't care if he makes enemies with everybody. If you play by the Russell Hantz playbook, you die by the Russell Hantz playbook. We saw that with the cop. I think he was, what was his number? 89?
Yeah, I was getting Tony vibes. I was like, you got to get the bald people out. I was talking to Trey from season 1 about that. I was like, come on, guys.
Yeah, like if you play that hardcore strategy game, you die by that game. So like if everybody decides you're like this strategic bad guy, they're going to target you. So you have to out strategy that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like an all-in strategy.
Yeah, I agree from a strategic sense and also just a human sense. I'm like, he gets so offended that people get even the tiniest bit emotional. He's like, it's just a game. And I'm like, yeah, but they're not game people. So you don't have to be offended about it. Just fill out like a little bit. People view it differently. Like, I agree that I think people take it a little too seriously because it's no one's money, but like they don't play games professionally.
Right.
It's very new to them, like it's just like the balance. Yeah. But you're going to die by that. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he reveals that he's a poker player, that was crazy. And the money, why would you do that? I know.
That was a huge mistake. And I think I'm going to attribute that to the fishbowl mentality of like, you're in there alone. You're not divulging anything. My wife called it perfectly though. She said he's boasting, like he's bragging. Like that's totally what I think that was. He needed that, like that hit of like, I'm someone special or I'm someone unique. And so he told her. He's honestly lucky that she went out. The editing might reveal that she told somebody before she left, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if that happened.
Yeah.
So let's get into things a little bit. We get to marbles. I thought that this was an interesting time for marbles, and it was kind of interesting in the story editing for the show because I felt like we like didn't know all of the pairs for marbles. Like the story wasn't hitting me that well. Besides like Kurt and Zoe, like it was like the pairs or like the siblings. I don't know. Didn't have the effect.
I mean, they have so many numbers. There's so many people at that point. Like, you can only devote so much time to everybody. So yeah. It pretty much was a story of the pairs. Everybody else was kind of like, we don't know who these people are.
No.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. I think I did like that. Another thing, I thought it was interesting that the guy who lied about his kid for 15 admitted it, but only because he knew one of them was going to go home. Because I was instantly like, why would you say that? And I was like, well, there's no real point not to.
There's no repercussion. Yeah.
Yeah. But she was very, very offended by that, which I get. That's like people. We haven't seen that on Survivor. Somebody lying about their kid. Well, on U.S. Survivor, I don't think we've seen somebody lie about their kid. On Australian Survivor,
I don't think it has the leverage people think. Everybody's playing for something. Like if someone brought that up to me, I'd be like, wow, okay, and I have a kid, so I don't see that as the same leverage as that. I mean, if anything, it's kind of using it. You're kind of like using a child in a like kind of a nasty, like a kind of a gross way. Because, you know, I might not have a kid. Someone else might not have a kid, but they have, you know, somebody who's on dialysis in their life.
Yeah,
you know,
or they
some
might
crazy
have a
health
future
condition.
kid. Like, I don't know. Everybody's worthy of winning the money. Everybody has these kind of like stories that are kind of like really sad at when they come in the confessionals. And I'm like, well, all these people kind of, you know, have some kind of reason.
The poker guy's the one exception, I think.
Yeah.
He's the one exception. Like, I can't, as soon as he told that story, I was like, this guy needs to go immediately. And it's not because of who he is as a person. It's because of need. You know, someone who works in retail and may have, you know, 5,000 in debt versus the guy who just made 6.5 million. Like, he doesn't need to be there.
But didn't you hear his story about how he was $55,000 in debt because he was dating somebody? that was his life story.
I don't know. Yeah. It's tough. It's really tough. I mean, as soon as you get into that, like, who deserves it, it's not even relevant to the game. Like, you're all playing the game at that point. So
it's like they're leaning into like the theme of Squid Game with this, and I'm like, I just think it's fun watching them play the big games. Like, I like when they go into the halls and they play the big games. Like, that's the most fun part for me.
That's the most fun too. There's definitely a meta game, like all the conversations in the social game. There's so much left out, though. I have so many questions about all of it. Come here.
Like what?
Like, oh my God.
The dog's back.
He's back. He's driving me nuts. There's like how long do they wait around until the next thing? We never see them really eat. We never see, like, how late at night are they allowed to have conversations?
Yeah.
There are a lot of people there, so I get that, like, a ton of footage is lost. And they eliminate so many people at once that there's probably whole storylines that are just gone. Like, they're just, you know, burned up or erased or whatever. There's also logistics. So one of the last games in this one was the shuffleboard. I just watched the shuffleboard game. Can you hit another person's shuffleboard piece over the edge and then they're out?
They did say, like, knock him out when it was talking about Steven. So I think you could.
Yes. So, like, there's stuff like that because something that I figured out from a guy named Yowman who was on Survivor, and also from my own experience, almost every game has like a little twist or something that if you stop and think about it for like 20 seconds, you're going to figure out there's like a way to beat the game. There's like a game within the game. So, like that game with the present box where you put the present box on someone's table. Mm-hmm. I hate that game. I would be terrible.
I think that game is 99% luck. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. So I was thinking, what is the game within the game? Like, how do you beat or have an advantage at this game? And just watching it, I came up with two things. I was thinking, first off, nobody is saying I did it. So if I put the box on your desk and you're like, oh crap, who did this? And I didn't put the box on your desk, I would be like, I did it and I hate you. You're like a piece of crap. I hate you. Nobody does that. I don't know why people aren't doing that, because there's no benefit, like, to be like picked at that point if you didn't do it. Like, nobody, I was blown away. Nobody did that.
I think Kate was kind of doing that. I think Kate was playing like a little aggressively to be like, yeah, I would do that to you. Or like my son did that, but only like slightly. I think your way is like even better, just to be like, yeah, I'll just like bluff. Yeah. Pick me. Why not? Yeah.
And then the other thing you could do with that game is I think there's a lot of prep you could do with that game. Like, you know, that game's about to happen. I would say, as soon as I saw that there was that game, I would say, I hate Max. I absolutely hate Max. I'm putting the box on his desk. That gives every single other person cover to put the box on your desk. Like, that's like a no-brainer. Like, I don't know if they edit that out and that did happen, but like, there's always like some little aspect that people aren't like thinking about.
I like that a lot. Yeah. So yeah, I remember hearing stuff about Yowman doing that, and also Johnny Bananas on MTV's The Challenge is famous for like working around games and kind of finding the way to, like, you know, kind of like get around production and kind of like find the game within the game. So
yeah,
kind of what you have to do.
I think a lot of people, it's so high stakes, like they press like it's for this amount of money, you get one shot. Like people are so overwhelmed with those emotions and those things, they don't like stop to think for a second, like maybe there's like a logical way through this, because a lot of these games have that.
Yeah, it's like finding the logic within something that just comes off as like so luck based. Like it's like there's no like people think it's like, oh, if you look to the left that means you're lying, but it's like that has been debunked so many times, especially because I'm sure because you own Survivor, people try to look up these things before they go on Survivor, and they're not real.
Yeah, they're like, it's just like a myth. Yeah,
it's like if you look to the left it means you're thinking.
Right. It's more like logic puzzle type of stuff. Like there's people, like some of the people that I really enjoy are mentalists, because mentalists will do stuff that's like, these are like magicians. This is in the realm of like magicians. Yeah. But they do tricks that are like unbelievable. Like they'll know the next word you're going to say. They're like, you're going to say peanut butter. And the person says peanut butter. And they write it on a card. And they're like, you just said peanut butter. And it's like, wow, magic. And it's like, no, there's something along the way. They like prepped you to say this word. So I think there's a lot of mentalist tricks that could be utilized in these like really simple games.
So if you went on Squid Game, you would learn to be a mentalist beforehand.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Also, my dog agrees. Also, I would be really authentic. Like I would probably divulge I was on Survivor and I won some amount of money, because I couldn't lie about that. I would be fine saying that. I think a lot of these people like maintaining the lie of whatever it is. Like I'm not really a cop, or I'm not really a pro poker player. It's a lot of like wasted effort in a way.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think mentalist tricks for sure. There's a lot there that they don't cover on this show.
Yeah, I think divulging that you're a poker player is fine if you're like, I'm a poker player, but like I make like the living of like a dentist or something, but not that you won $6 million.
Right.
Like if I had won a lot of money, I wouldn't be playing fucking Squid Game. I'd be in the casinos being backed. Yeah.
Right. You could tweak it to be more like authentic. Yeah. More like humbling in that way. Yeah.
I feel like cops are always dead giveaways too.
You knew that guy was a cop.
He was like the coppiest cop of all cops. Yeah.
He was like the coppiest cop for sure.
I like this monitor twist where they're given authority over the dorm. Would you have volunteered for a twist? I would not. No, I do not volunteer for the Squid Game twists.
Flip a coin. It's so
it just doesn't matter.
For me, it's like if I'm standing around and nobody's doing it, I probably would do a twist. I'd be like, it's been a minute or two. Sure, I'll do the twist. And then I'll pray that the producers are like, this guy stood forward. He can do this. The only good thing about like submitting yourself to a twist is that it potentially gives you some control of your fate. I feel like if you step forward, they're not going to outright eliminate you. I feel like they're not going to just be like, you're dead.
Wait, so do you think that production will like that you volunteered so you'll get almost like plot armor?
It's like 50-50. It's like, it's literally 50-50. You step forward, you take a chance. It's either you get a pass to the next round, or you're involved in something where you may get eliminated or you may have power. So you have to make that choice. Like, it doesn't matter if you go out at like 100th spot or like the second spot, you get paid nothing. So it's kind of like the inevitable thing you have to do anyway.
Yeah. Nico's loving that water. You get that, Nico.
I'm sorry. He's chugging. This dog,
I know. It's okay.
He's insane today. There was something else I was going to ask you about on this. If you can hear me over the daily.
I can.
I'm trying to think. Oh, the Chutes and Ladders game, Slides and Ladders. That was an interesting game. It was much more social than I thought it was going to be initially.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be all chance, and it turned out to be much more social.
Thank God. Yeah. It was really cool. I loved how testy it got.
It did get testy.
Super testy because the fishbowl was shrinking. I also love the people falling to their death.
Yeah.
So comically. Poor Zoe, our queen, dead.
So the very first time they went down the slide, they went down at the same time on different slides. And then the very second time someone went on a slide, they went one after another. And now I'm like questioning, like, why did they take different slides the first time? Like,
the
did they not
first
know?
time was a twist card that made them do that.
Oh,
and then the other times they didn't have to.
I missed that then. Okay.
The first time just like totally fucked them over. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So I guess the poker player was lucky on that one then for sure.
Yeah, he just got lucky. Yeah. Probably gave him plot armor, because he was being interesting.
I do think that is a thing too. As much as you can like tie stuff up in editing so it looks like a narrative, I do think that there's a little bit of plot armor on this show, especially like with the twins, those twins stepping forward.
That's been talked about too. Yeah, that the twins were like pushed. And apparently, I don't know if it's confirmed. I heard that there's multiple sets of twins in the cast and like a lot of different family members. I don't know if this is confirmed. I haven't confirmed it, but I had commenters telling me that there's multiple sets of twins. Okay. It's believable that they're like, we need a twin plot to happen. Yeah. And I mean, 456 cast members is a lot. I really liked this survival game with the monitors, with the chore room and the big white room and everybody watching it. Yeah. Why would you go 2 out of 3? Just do it. I love how they're like delaying the inevitable. It's just basic human psychology. Both teams do 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I don't know. I think this was editing, but the cop, as much as his social game was poor, which got him in that situation in the first place, he quickly said, I hate those other people. Let's do a very quick game here and make it fair. Like he immediately went to like, not personal. Let's make this a game. We hate those people. We want them to go, not us. That was the way to play it. And I don't know if he came up with that idea first or editing showed us that he did it first and he didn't really do it first. But that was I thought that was a super quick, smart take.
I have a feeling that it probably is what happened. I mean, he seemed to be a guy that thinks on his toes. It looked like he pretty much was like immediately like, let's just do that. But probably the other people were slow and were like, let's do 2 out of 3. But it's like, why are you delaying the inevitable? Somebody's going to go home.
You got to go, right?
You got to go. Why 2 out of 3? It doesn't change anything.
Right. Exactly.
Squid Game's not fair, but I get it. It's a pressure cooker.
Oh, man. Well, thankfully, the other room, they were quick enough to be like 50-50 between us two. Let's go right now. And that did it. That one lady lucked out, but that apparently was quick enough to do it by like seconds. So tough.
Insane. So I know we've had a bunch of confessionals. We've talked about this a little bit of people giving their reasons for why they want to win the money. One stood out to me a lot, and it came from Trinity, player 398. And I really have to play this for you.
I love orange juice. I don't know, orange juice is so good. Like it completes the breakfast. You can have it at lunch. You can have it at dinner. Literally, this past Christmas, one of my coworkers got me a whole case of orange juice. It's just something I love. I don't know. I'm like, man.
A lot of orange
Once
juice.
I win, if I win, or whatever you want to say it, with the money I have left of it all, orange juice for a year.
Orange juice for a year. That's what all he wants. I'm on board. I'm Team Trinity,
He might be a winner just from that. Like that might be the key,
He might just get Tropicana will just give it to him anyway,
Yeah.
What does orange juice for a year mean?
It's just like buying case after case after case.
Is it like every meal?
So it sounds like they're eating gruel, first of all. It sounds like they're eating like trash.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, there's like porridge. Yeah.
Yeah. So
they're in London.
Yeah. So even for like a couple days, orange juice probably tastes amazing. So yeah. Who knows? But that might be like an editing leak of like, this is the guy that wins it because of that weird little confessional that has no meaning other than humor, really. It kind of humanizes him, I guess.
We can all relate to it. We all would get, he's like, with the
Yeah.
leftover money, orange juice. For
Right. Right.
I was thinking that we get this moment during Shoots and Ladders where Kate or Perla sends Kate down to like the beginning of the map. We get this big moment. Kate says like Perla apologizes and says sorry, and Kate goes, "Say that to my son."
Oh my God.
I was thinking, Trinity could have said, "Say that to my orange juice."
At the same
If only
time,
he had played the game,
Right.
Really missed out.
I see, that's the kind of thing where she said that out of passion. Like she said that out of anger, but like it's just kind of scummy. It's like, everybody's playing for different reasons.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I take it. I mean, it's not against, I am a parent, I'm playing, I would be playing for my son, I'd be playing for my Nico here and everybody. So, I was going to say in a minute, we should talk about Mingle, the game.
Oh, you want to talk about Mingle?
Mingle's intense.
Mingle? You liked Mingle? Yeah, it was crazy, right?
That was a lot more hardcore than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be a really lame game, and instead it was like, that's the one I want to know. Are we shutting someone's fingers in the door when they won't leave? Like, there's little meta. There must be rules about Mingle that we don't know.
I was thinking, like, how do they police it? Like, were there people there that we're not seeing? Like, I'm always thinking, like, when is production entering and leaving during these games? Like, I'm always thinking about, like, when are they there? Because they're definitely there, like, all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like Big Brother where, like, they're only talking to them over the loudspeaker. I bet production's on the floor all the time.
Yes, I think so. Or like, they do the shoot thing, and obviously it sprays blood everywhere when somebody's eliminated. That it does the like blood pack, and they have to mop that up.
Yeah.
So
the guards do it, and then they put them in a coffin and they carry them away.
Yeah. But like, so you have to fit the people in the door, and like my arm's in the door, and I'm like, F all you guys. Like, I'm going to leave my arm in this door as long as I want. Like, is there a rule beforehand that they prepped everybody on that's like, if like 50% of your body is outside of the door and you are going to eliminate all these people, like, you can't do that. You have to exit the door, and we will edit out any footage of you like stalling in the door. Like, that's what I want to know. I want to know that meta detail, because that determines how you play the game. Once you're there.
I know. And they're just like different body types of people who are stronger. I mean, it's just like very, very interesting. I don't know how you police it. I really don't know. I'm very curious. I don't know if we'll learn. I bet NDAs are pretty tight. Tight.
Well, Max, you find out. You bring somebody on.
I will. I'm going to try.
Or I'll reach out. I'll message like Mark or somebody who got eliminated.
Yes. Tell me if you find out. I've been told that it wasn't staged, the protest, and the protest was real. That's what Trey from season 1 said. And that's what the contestants are saying, that the protest was real. So that's the line that I'm hearing. I'm not sure I completely believe it. It seemed pretty staged.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've wondered that too. Like, so it's pretty clear that a lot of people don't like this poker guy, for example.
Yeah.
And I was thinking if it would have leaked that he got the 65 million before he was even on the show, if they had those 5 tuxedos and they're like, one of you will be eliminated. What if all 5 of them, except for that guy, was like, hey, this guy won 6.5 million. We want to eliminate him right now. Like, could they deal with them? Like kind of how they do on Survivor. They make a deal with Jeff Probst and they just do it. Because I for sure would have been like, guys, we all hate this guy, and he already won 6.5 million, and he's been lying about it. Like, we all nominate this guy to be eliminated right now. I wonder if they would take the bait on that, because
that would be awesome.
See, this is the thing, and I'm wondering if one of the reasons Squid Game picks not like hardcore GameBot people is because they don't want their system challenged. Because a lot of this stuff would make for a really interesting show if you have people challenging the framework of the system from inside the system. And that's kind of what that's why I'm interested in playing if I was on it.
Yeah, no, I think this is all super interesting stuff. I just think that they're like, we want people who really need the money. We want them to
Yes.
tell their stories, and we want them to suffer like
Yes.
real Squid Game. And I'm with you. I'm like, I want to watch people like kind of like figure out the game and kind of like fuck with
Right.
shit. I mean, that's
Right.
why we watch these shows. That's probably why the people listening to podcasts think about
Right.
it. You know,
The
it's less
the num-
casual viewing. I'm like, I want to see that stuff happen too.
right. And I think a lot of these shows have a similar, like Survivor's kind of the mold for a lot of competition reality. The biggest issue that Survivor has had over the years is quitting, because people get into the system and it's too tough and they can't imagine how tough it is until they're in the system. And people like consistently want to quit, and production has to talk them into staying because they don't have a show if people quit because it's really physically tough. And it doesn't matter the money. Like people will be like, I know it's for $1 million or whatever. They're like, I'm hungry, I'm cold, I miss my family, or I miss my children, or whatever it is. They want to
Yeah.
quit. And so I'm wondering if that's part of their calculus in like casting, where they're like, we have to pick people that are really desperate for the money and believe they can win it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Maybe
that makes
that's,
sense.
and you wouldn't challenge that system if you thought you were going to profit from it. Like if you say, F you guard, I'm going to go over there. They're going to be like, you're cut, you're gone, no chance. So I'm wondering if that's part of the calculus with casting.
Wow, it's like that's so interesting. They're so desperate for it. Wow.
'Cause
I
if you-
believe it. I mean, production, reality TV, it is manipulative. That
Yeah.
has to be the case. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't know that till you're in it. Like I've gone through it twice, and I'm now like the second time I was super aware of production's influence. But the first time it was like you're just kind of figuring it out, and so
Yeah.
you don't question it in a way. But I'm wondering if that's what they do with casting. Like they're looking for people who are like, you operate in this system and you fight really hard in the games we set out, instead of like trying to break them or like game them like beyond what
Yeah.
they're made for.
And I think that they're casting more influencers too, and people with more TV experience. And those people are going to be willing to stay on the show more too for the exposure, to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah.
I'm
So-
sure people on previous Squid Game, the first season, have more followers than me online. I'm guarantee that. I'm sure people.
Oh, some of them are like fucking insane. One of them is now a famous celebrity lip reader. So that's
There you go. There you go.
Millions of followers. Crazy stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that sacrifice game was nuts. Like, let's talk about slides and ladders a little bit. I mean, like, do you have any ideas on how to game this game, which is so luck based? Were you thinking about this one at all?
Super social. I would want to work with another team on the board. Like
Yeah.
I would be actively communicating with another team and be like, I got a question card. Who do we want to target to send back? And like put it to a social like group think. And like, because everybody can communicate with each other. It's not anonymous.
Yeah.
So there's a presence to be had. I think that would be the way to do it. There's a lot of chance in that game with those shoots, and there's a lot of chance with the dice. And so it really the only variable you can really manipulate is the social element of like, what are other teams doing when they get a chance card?
Did you think that Zoe and Perla targeting the poker player was a bad idea?
Not necessarily. He ended up surviving I think by luck, honestly. Like he got good dice rolls.
Yeah.
And he happened to be the guy that didn't take the tube that threw him off into the abyss. So he really lucked out. Like they were targeting him. He should have lost if those two were against him, but it wasn't enough like gravitas, like enough other people together against him to make him get last.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a bad idea. And I think it put a target on him too, like socially, which has persisted really until
That's true.
the end of these episodes.
I agree. I just wonder if like another team would have been as vindictive as him. Like he kept being like, I'm going to get you. But he was probably a little less. He was probably more strategic than they were in like the moves that he made next time. So maybe he was a better person to pick because he would be less emotional going forward.
Yeah.
In his decision making.
Yeah, like he didn't respond more in a revenge kind of mindset than maybe
Yeah,
some,
that's what I mean.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
saying emotional in like a bad way, just like,
Yes,
she like Perla made a move that was based in emotion, not in strategy, and she said that, like a petty
right,
move. Yeah.
right. He wouldn't say my kid hates you as he walked by.
No,
Yeah,
there was a team right at the top, and she sent him down, and I was like, "What? It's so much money. How
yeah,
can you not access like that part of your brain that you're supposed to? I don't know if it's the left or
right,
the right,
right,
whatever. It's
right,
crazy, but I do get it. Like I really do. It's so heightened. I'm sure
right.
you probably have a better experience, being trapped on an island for so much time. But
It's
yeah,
it's like what really baffles me is there are players that are really strategic, like the cop or like poker guy. I can't remember the cop's name for the life of me.
it's like Matthew, I think. Matthew,
Maybe,
maybe.
yeah. But like there's strategic players, and then they think the strategy is like done after the game is over. And unfortunately, it's not. Like the social element is even more of a like guiding force. So I'm always surprised. And then there's other players that are really social. So they're really active in those social phases. But then when it comes to a challenge, they'll make this glaringly obvious like strategy mistake. Like they're not rounded, I
Yeah.
guess. And I think you're like from being on Survivor, the times I have, you do get this awareness of like, oh my gosh, all these things affect each other. And so you kind of have to relax on all of them. Because if you go too hard, you're going to just like burn out from brain fatigue.
Do any of these Squid Game players remind? So you've played with many kind of like famous
Yeah,
Survivor. Yeah, a few. I was
yeah.
going through the seasons. I was like reading your Survivor wiki page, and I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah, like
I recall
Sari
Iris
and
3,
Sari and
Ozzy.
Parvati.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Parvati,
yeah,
Amanda.
yeah.
So
I'm getting a lot of Sari vibes, like Deja, and I really loved Faith. Faith I didn't see as like a Sari type of character, but just Deja. I think I see a lot of Sari and Deja. They're different personalities in various ways, but I see a lot of that. I don't see a Parvati like at all, and I don't think I saw one the prior season. Like, there's literally no like flirt element in this game. I haven't seen
no.
any of that, and I don't know if that's like by design or how they plan that or whatever. But that's just not part of it. I'm trying to think who else. I'm gonna think of somebody later, but and then there's literally, like Figgy was literally on the first season. So,
Yeah, Piggy was there.
like there, yeah.
No Taylor though, unfortunately, this time.
No,
No romance. No.
no.
We need a Squid Game showmance in the dorms, please.
I don't even know what that would look like. That would be pretty
Please.
insane.
Please.
That'd be insane.
Yeah. So let's move on past. We get back to the dorms. Yeah, Circle of Trust. Yeah, we talked about it. I was just watching it. I was like, everybody loses because you can't deduce this. It's just another game of luck. I mean, I think that some people played it well, but nobody really knows. It's such a joke. I would just be like, I'm just gonna cross my fingers that the coffin box doesn't end on my fucking desk or my number doesn't get pulled. That's how you win the game.
Yes.
That's how you do it. I don't know what else you do.
I'm so mad that Deja didn't say something to Faith, because she knew. Like she was mad. She was afraid she was going to be wrong, and then cause her like best friend in the game to be out. That was a lot. If I hate that game, I think a lot of people hate that game. If I was in that game and I had like no clue, I would ask the group. I'd be like, you guys, group consensus. What are you guys feeling?
Might as well.
And just open it. I would just open that right up. And I'd be like, who do you guys think put this box on my desk? And then you get to see if someone's pulling really hard for someone you don't think did it, they might be the one. It's kind of like a game of Secret Hitler at that point, if you've ever played the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what you can. Hope for the best, pretty much. I would do something similar. I just gotta say, I don't think there's really much you can do, because we saw everybody try and most people picked wrong. Like
I would just
nobody
open.
did anybody did any. I don't think anybody got it right, did they?
No,
No, nobody got it right. So
No.
what's it kind of proves that the game is kind of just like, did
So-
anybody get it right last season either? I don't think so. I don't know.
They did last season. I have a
Okay.
theory. When I was on Micronesia, the first season, I did a blindfold challenge, and you had to be blindfolded and push like a ball through a maze.
Classic.
And they're like crazy about the blindfolds. Like they're like, we're going to make sure this is on so tight you can't see. Well, before we did that, some of the favorites were telling us, like, tell them you can't breathe and they won't put it on so tight and you can see out the bottom. And so we were like, that's what the favorites told us. They were like, this is a hint. This is like a cheat. And they did that. And I couldn't breathe on top of it. So I said, I can't breathe, you guys. And so they loosened it up around my nose and you could see out the bottom. And I don't think that would work on Squid Game, even if you knew to do this and you did this. Everybody's feet is the same. They all wear the same shoes and the same pants. But maybe that happened on the first season. Like they didn't put the blindfolds on right and people saw like a hint of something. But I don't really know.
That's very interesting. Was this post-merge or pre-merge, the blindfolds challenge? I don't remember.
I want to say it was after the swap.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I was like, why would the favorites be giving you this information? So it must have been post-swap. Interesting.
Pre-merge, post-swap.
Swap. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Those blindfold challenges are some of my favorite.
Yeah. You hit your nuts on everything.
Yeah, I know. That's like totally the fucking point. Yeah. So yeah, that game was great. We get to the we get these alliances when we get back to the dorm. So we get Deja and Perla in an alliance. We learn that Vanessa is a lobster fisher. I love that we learn about her like the last second of the show, and we're like, oh, I kept waiting for her to die. Is she gonna end up as the winner? I'm like, is she gonna be? Yeah, I know, right. I was like, oh, winner at it. Like she's this like last second kind of winner appearing in here. I was getting like Edgic vibes here.
Her and Trinity. I'm thinking her and Trinity.
Yeah.
Towards the end. But yeah.
From purple to emerging. That's what's happening, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But her story was kind of sad. It basically sounds like her dad was just being a jerk.
I know, it's terrible. I was like, what the?
It's just like your dad should have let you fish.
I know. But do you know what can make that story a lot better?
Orange juice for a year.
Orange juice for a year, baby.
Oh, yes. He might. Yeah. I think he's either in contention or he's for some reason it feels like a winner edit for him, or because that orange juice thing makes no sense otherwise.
It only makes sense if he's the winner. Only if he gets that orange juice for a year. If when he wins, they roll out like a huge thing of orange juice.
Yes.
And he swims in it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Where did he sleep? That's what I want to know. Where did they put him? I'm always curious. Where did he go?
That's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing. Had a holding cell. Like,
it's not fair. He got to go somewhere else. It's not fair.
Well, he was gone for the duration of that game.
But then he went. They woke up the next morning and he arrived. At least in the edit.
Oh, he was somewhere else. Yeah.
Was he in a hotel? That's not fair.
Probably.
Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's probably what they did.
Yeah, and then we see that Steve and Kate have this alliance, and then he tells her a secret, and then this is such like a Squid Game, the show fashion, that he gets fucking eliminated. That she gets eliminated. It's very poetic, like the woman that needs the money for her son with a degenerative condition who just learned this millionaire secret gets eliminated. Very sad, but very, very poetic.
Right.
So I guess if it's the narrative dark theme of the show.
Yeah.
That was terrible,
That does fit. I think so. Like, I think we talked about, people talking about their families and what they're going to use the money for. Inequality is like a major theme of Squid Game. Like, obviously it hasn't been in Survivor. And so that's why it doesn't, I think that's really why we don't hear about it more on Survivor, but you probably would hear more if that was like a theme.
Yeah. I kind of hate hearing about it. I don't. It's not that I like. It's not like It's not like when I listen to these people, I'm like, stop. Like I'm not empathetic. I'm super empathetic towards it, but I'm like, when I'm watching reality TV, I'm like, I just want to be happy and watch these people play games. You know, it's one of my favorite things about Survivor and the challenge when like I don't hear people's backstories and I'm just like, these are fun characters, like doing fucked up things and fighting. You know, like that's what I like. Yeah,
I understand. There's people that can't stand it. They're like, it doesn't matter. You know, we're playing a game and we want to see the game. I think it's more of a casual fan thing, in that it gives like emotional weight to the story.
Yeah.
So like when we saw, I think it was Mark, like when Mark went out because he didn't catch that tennis ball.
Yeah.
Like they gave his story of like being bullied and not accepted and all this stuff. And then he was bullied and not accepted. And like, it's like this devastating emotional blow. And I think that's why that's prevalent in this, is it like gives more weight to certain characters or people when they go.
Yeah.
Sense.
Yeah, no, I do. And I think for like certain stories it is, but sometimes I just feel like Squid Game gets like a little too heavy. I'm like, it's just like a little too dark. Did you watch Beast Games, the Mr. Beast show?
Oh, I should, because I've heard good things. And I know
it's like this, but like crazy dark. Like every story is like, oh, I need this money. And then like it's even more like gambling. Like you can just get eliminated for like absolutely no reason. Like I don't even know how you game the show really.
I didn't realize it was like that.
It is like I always thought it was gonna be like really fun. It's like very like centered around like everybody needs the money and is just like getting fucked out of it. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I was very surprised.
The way Mr. Beast walks around and smiles and like
I know. I would
think it would be fun. Yeah.
I was very surprised. They make it kind of serious. It was weird.
Huh. Interesting. Well, that's a bad read on my part.
Oh, well, that's no, I don't think it is. That's what I assumed. I assumed it was going to be like, you know, this goofy kind of show. And there are certain episodes that are fun, but it's just a lot of it. I'm like, why is everybody crying?
Yeah.
I want to see people, explosions and people having fun. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Huh. Okay.
Yes. Well, so Kate is eliminated and we get to these 5 tuxedos. What did you think about, well, what is it like? I don't want to be, I'm not bringing up any sore subjects or anything, but you know what it's like to get to the final 5. So this is apropos here. What is it like what is it like when you get to that 5? What is the dynamic of 5?
There's like, you're there.
I know.
End, you know, you're at the end. You just have to basically like walk across the finish line, and super frustrating. It's also validating. I mean, every time you make it another place is like a little bit more like confidence of like, yeah, I am doing this. So making it that far, you know, I learned that you don't get any amount of money, even if you're like second on Squid Game.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. But I mean, that kind of puts stuff in perspective in terms of like, I don't feel like every challenge is like a $5 million challenge. It's like, just make it through a challenge and do your best, because the odds are so bad. So I feel like 5th on Squid Game might be a little different than like 5th on Survivor, because 5th on Squid Game would be like, wow, I'm like lucky today. Like I'm just like really, really lucky, because the odds are so bad.
Yeah, you're like, I'll get followers and then like people will know me on Netflix, but I won't get any money too. But you're like, I got 5th. Yeah, but at least on Survivor you get money.
Some fame, but no wealth.
Yeah.
I
think the Survivor model's a little more appealing for me. But yeah,
you get something, you know.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're like hyperventilating, dude.
Very exciting to be podcasting on Reality Alert. It's an honor, you know.
So
not the first time somebody's hyperventilated on the show. You know, it's very exciting.
I'm gonna put him out. Go out, guys. Please do not dig a hole. All right, they're out.
When you make it to the final 5 on Survivor, do they give you a tuxedo in a coffin box? Did Jeff ever do that?
You get like a meal. And there's like one challenge where you get like a shower. You could win like a nice shower or something.
And then you shower with Ozzy, right? That's what you do.
He was out by then.
Bummer. Otherwise,
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, so we get to the Spine Center. I have to play. Tell me if you can hear this. I have to play what Trinity says.
I feel like Abraham Lincoln.
Aaron.
I feel like George. I feel like
That's what it feels
one of those rich people. I feel like Elon Musk.
I feel like Abraham Lincoln. I feel like Elon Musk.
All of them, yeah.
I don't know if people have ever, said I feel like Abraham Lincoln and Elon Musk in the same sentence before. A little
pretty far apart.
A little conflicting. I don't know if I agree with the the sentiment, but maybe they both like orange juice.
I get it. I mean, I get it. I know where he's coming from.
No, I know.
I get it.
I wouldn't say it, but I get where he's coming from. They both have probably worn tuxedos and top hats.
If he wins, I'm happy because
I'm all in. He's my winner pick. I'm all in on. Yeah. If he does it, I'm buying orange juice for a year. I'll go broke.
There'll be more quotes from him on this. So if he's not winning, it'll be sad. So we'll see.
Extra pulp Grove stand. I'm going all in. Well, Erik, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today. Do you have anything else that you want to say about Squid Game: The Challenge Season 2 as we head into the finale?
I'll post an idea and you bring it up with your next guest for the last one. Because I'm sure there's like another like little mentalist trick on these last, like, it looks like they're gonna play 2 more games.
It's like the hand game. It looks like you're guessing like what's in the hands or whatever.
Yes.
And then red light, green light. Yeah.
That one, there's something, and then red light, green light. There's that one's a tough one. But I will send you a message probably on Instagram, and I'll be like, "Here's my mentalist take," and you can discuss it with the next person.
Okay, well, it's exciting who our guest is going to be. Would you like to know who it is?
Sure, yeah.
It is the winner of Squid Game Season 1.
Oh,
she's going to be joining us, so this will be a good person to ask about it.
If she'll divulge, ask about that meta stuff too. Like, what are the rules between the rules? I don't know. They might have a really hefty NDA.
Yeah, I'll see what I can get out of her. I'm definitely prone to ask her stuff like that. Yeah.
Tell her Erik said it was okay.
Oh, okay. I will.
I have no sway.
No, yeah. I definitely will, and I'll definitely ask those questions. So everybody tune in next week at 1 p.m. PST. That is youtube.com/realityalert, Instagram at realityalertpodcast. And Erik, where can people find you? And Erik does these amazing, how do I describe them? Drawings, cartoons? What is your preferred verbiage?
Cartoons and comics.
Cartoons and comics at Dabu Doodles on Instagram. Do you want to plug it yourself?
Yeah, Dabu, Dabu, Doodles. And it's on Instagram and then just dabudoodles.com. And I do Survivor comics mainly, but I'm working on other comic books, and I have a parody comic book that's available on Amazon called Starving for Attention, a completely legal parody. So yeah, just Dabu Doodles.
Definitely go give him a follow, maybe buy some of his stuff. They're so funny. They're so great. I've been checking them out for years because you definitely used to post on the Survivor Reddit, which I've been subscribed to for like over 10 years, probably since Second Chances came out is when I got back into it. Okay. So really long time. So
that was it. Yep.
Basically got me back into reality TV and is why I do what I do. So Erik, thank you so much for coming on. It was so exciting to have Survivor on the podcast. It's been just so cool. And looking forward to the finale. So
yeah,
thanks.
Me too. Thanks, Max.
Bye.
Bye.